Welcome to another edition of Drotalks. Dro here. Today I'll be doing the Booktube Newbie tag. I wasn't really tagged by anyone, but I am a newbie, even though I've been here for over a year. So I guess I'm not that much of a newbie, but I'm newbie enough, and I haven't done this tag, that I'm here to do it. So, question number 1. Why did you start this channel? Well, this channel, Drotalks, is focused around audiobooks. There's a lot of book channels out there, and I am a subscriber and a listener to quite a few of them, and I do enjoy them. But there is an element to audiobooks that books don't give, and that's the narration. You can have a really bad book with a very good narrator, and it'd be an alright audiobook. You can have a great book with a bad narrator, and that can bring down the experience. So there's a little different dynamic there with audiobooks. That, can even take okay stories and make them, superior, or can take superior stories and make them subpar. So, as I've been listening to audiobooks for quite a while now, I've been wanting to find this type of community, find this community, I'm having a hard time with community. I wanted to find a community similar to that of Booktube, where you can comment and discuss those aspects that are unique to an audiobook. And that's really, since I couldn't find any at that time, I decided to create my own channel. Question number 2. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? Well, apart from being an extension, I would consider this an extension of Booktube, since it's audiobook based. I think this will, allow users or viewers out there that enjoy books but haven't really done that jump into audiobooks. This will give them a little insight into what they can expect. So I think there's a little bit of uniqueness just to the fact that they're audiobooks. But besides that, I'm unique as we all are. So, the main uniqueness I'm bringing to Booktube is myself. Question number 3. What are you most excited for about your channel? Well, the best thing that has happened to me since I've been creating videos so far is actually making connections with other people that enjoy very similar books and audiobooks that I enjoy, and building conversations and actually friendships around that. That has been very exciting. I've met a lot of very great people, and that's what I'm most excited for, to see that community continue to grow. Because it's pretty cool. I saw a couple Booktube Newbie tags, and they say a lot of the same thing, that a lot of their friends don't necessarily read at all, or don't read the type of books that they read, and I definitely fit that category. Yeah, so growing this community is what most excites me, and I'm excited to say that I'm going to be doing a collaboration video with Danny Bates. He reviews audiobooks like myself. His channel link will be in the description below, so do yourself and do him a favor and check out his channel and give him a like and subscribe. And while you're there, give me a like and subscribe, because the more the merrier. Help us grow this wonderful channel, because that is truly what excites me. With that said, question number 4. Why do you love reading / listening? So I still do read books. I read probably about 5 per year. Most of them are text type books. Right now I'm reading Calculus Made Easy, because I need calculus to become easy for me, and it's not. So I bought a book, and I'm hoping to make it easy. So a lot more scientific, not so much story-based books. I get all my fiction pretty much, for the most part, completely through audiobook right now. So why do I love listening or reading? Well, as I said, I read for one of 2 reasons. One is to obtain information about a subject. That subject could be a person in the sense of an autobiography, or a subject in the sense of calculus. So I'm always, greedily trying to continue and grow my knowledge base, because information is awesome. And reason number 2 is entertainment, which is just listening to great stories, hearing about great characters. So the majority of my literature intake, I guess you could say, is based on entertainment. So that's really what I love listening. I can't remember who says it, but they say someone who doesn't read lives one life, and someone who reads leads 1,000 lives. That's very loose quotations on that. I believe in that, So I mean, I've gained experiences through some of these stories that I've listened to, made relationships, although in my mind, with characters in these books. And that to me is amazing. And that's one of my favorite aspects about listening or reading great stories. Question number 5. What questions do you have for your favorite booktuber? I would ask, how do you take your coffee? Question number 6. When did you start reading / listening to books or audiobooks? So I really started reading books, when I was around 13. I started finding stories a lot more, all the way with the Count of Monte Cristo, and a lot of these, Huckleberry Finn, and a lot of these little classics. I really got enthralled in the stories. And then as that grew, I started reading more demanding. Stephen King started coming into play. Started reading a lot of his books. And then it was around the age of 13. And I really, since then, I've been a lifelong reader. When I was in the United States Navy, we would be out to deployment, and I would make it a goal to at least read 1 or 2 or 3 books per week, being that I had a lot of time. And I pretty much nailed that goal while I was out there. I bet you the origin of Booktube comes from people in overseas that read a lot due to there's not really much else to do. And got a lot of good stories in me. But as far as listening, I was probably around 26 when I started listening to audiobooks. And it's because I transitioned out of military life, got me a job. And I worked very far from where I was born. So I would travel over 1,000 miles 3 or 4 times a year to go visit family. And one day I stopped at Barnes & Nobles and I bought me some audiobooks. And I was like, this is the only way I am traveling from now on, because this is amazing. And then it evolved from there. It started just as when I was traveling. It evolved into when I was commuting to work. I say, how many times can you really listen to the same song on the radio station? I mean, let's be honest. So I started listening to audiobooks there. Then it evolved to when I'm cleaning my house or I'm doing chores outside. And so now I listen to quite a bit of audiobooks, because it's like reading, but you can do other items. It's active reading. I ride my bike while I'm listening to audiobooks. So, I mean, can't ride your bike and read a book. So audiobooks do have their advantage in that aspect. Question number 7. Where do you read? I think I answered that with question number 6. So question number 8. What genre do you listen to or read? When I read a book, it's more likely to learn something. But when I listen, the genre I predominantly listen are a few. It's sci-fi, fantasy, lit RPG, and horror. That's just the way it kind of falls out. I'm not stuck to those genres. I have listened to mystery. I'm a huge Dan Brown fan, even though all his books are pretty much the same. I enjoy each one of them. So I do listen to a lot of mystery and even a lot of military type books. Military sci-fi is the best in my opinion, but military books are pretty good too. So that's the end of my Booktube Newbie Tag 1 year behind schedule. Hope you enjoyed it. Comment below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Ring that bell to get notified. And we'll see you next time.